All right, we're going to take a little look here at this Malaysian Flight 370. Um, it's time for Americans to wake up. Everything that America, our history is a lie. Our government's been lying to us. I mean, look at the recent airline accidents. The thing at San Francisco, it was a real incident, but it was staged and propped and actors and Sandy Hook and Korean Airlines 007, TWA 800. When will you people wake up? Quit watching the news. Okay, now to this Malaysian fiasco. And all these signs are done by God. There's only one God. The New World Order tries to mimic the Bible and bring all these events to be, but they can't interpret the Bible, so they don't know what they're doing. But God sends messages and all the stuff that they're doing. I mean, look at this mess. Pilot suicide, a possibility. Okay. Well, let's look at Malaysian Flight 370. 3 sevens. 777. Keep that in mind. All right, we go over here. This is called a moon kite. It also is a Trident, and if you've gone to Jonathan Gleck's channel, you know that the Trident and Poseidon and everything. Kite also means a bird of prey. It also means winnowing, which is the harvester angels for the rapture and for judgment and so forth. There's a bird called winnowing. It makes noise, and it's a thunderbird. This does look like a thunderbird. It looks like a trident. A trident is also it looks like a fork. It's all it does is a pitchfork. You throw the wheat up into the air, and then it separates the wheat from the chaff. That's the harvest, and it's very, very biblical. Trident also means north. Here's some more pictures of it, and there's a picture of the moon kite. Moon means harvest. Trident and harvest also means north wind. That's the winnowing wind. And interesting enough, there's 3 tridents out in, or actually there's 2 tridents. They have 3 teeth out in front of the One World Freedom Tower. That also is a site of another government setup, and that is also, well, this great city Babylon. It's a whole country. It's a city. It's all the One World Trade Center, where everything is traded. That's what it points to. And there's Jonathan Gleck did a great video on how the it's printed on the $100 bill, and there's supposed to be a tsunami and an asteroid hit and all these different things that are supposed to happen. It's, well, whatever God allows to happen. What man's got planned is, well, they're going to be able to set it off, but God's plan is going to swallow up man's plan. So let's go back and get back on track with this Malaysian flight. We already did that one. We go back to the original that started all this, the 9/11 of Bush, and as everybody knows, before this, they were talking about pet goat. That video describes perfectly the man of perdition, the Twin Towers, Babylon, puppet Obama, puppet Bush, and all this stuff. Well, in class it said kite. Kite is the bird of prey. Kite is also worthless checks. Remember the 777? That's tied in here with it, the stock market crash. There is no gold left. There is no money. And when things crash, the Chinese and the Russians and everybody else is going to come collect, because there's no money. So this is tied to current events with the Malaysian flight, giving us a signal to the harvest, the rapture, and everything else. hit steel plane must. There's also that this next that this Malaysian flight, they're getting it prepared for another attack to blame whoever. You know, we did the last 9/11, and we're going to do this this next one, but this is going to be it. Judgment's coming upon us. This kite thing that's on the back of the Malaysian flight, and they call it Wow Bulan. I didn't really look up the word Bulan, but this could be it's pronounced woe. I mean a wow, but it could get woe out of it. And through the word search related with all this, I forgot which one. It also says woe of all things. So we'll go here and here. And here we're going kite. And there's your kites, and then several small birds. Well, it's just more than that. It also means vultures and eagles and all that. And a kite also means funds, insufficient funds, a forged check, and a person who preys on others. Well, that's the New World Order. And what we're going to do is go full screen on this. And 9Nania did a great video on, wait for it to go full screen, if we ever get there. Well, it talks about Lamech, who was the father of Noah. There we go. Well, I guess we won't go full screen. The stock market crashed after the Twin Towers crashed. And then 7 years to the day on the Jewish calendar, and if anybody's done the Isaiah 9:10 judgment book, the Harbinger, it's a good read, it dropped 777 points. She also has another timeline, which I'm afraid to try to go to, since I had trouble with full screen. It does the timeline of Noah's birth and Lamech's birth. Lamech was lived 777 years and was Noah's father. And here we get a timeline of 4 years from that crash. We get Sandy Hook, and from the same incident we get the Feast of Trumpets here. And then here's the birthing pains, 9 months. I don't think it'll quite that long. That puts it to June 4th if it's conception. I just wanted to show the 777 is very significant. And let me pause it just for 1 second. Okay, back with you. As you remember, we talked about winnowers, winnowing fans, tridents, harvest, rapture, north wind, and with that becomes Gog and Magog, in which a lot of people believe is Russia. But here's Jeremiah 51, the utter destruction of Babylon. Behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against those who dwell in, well, that means Babylon, a destroying wind. That is also the north wind. And I will send winnowers, that's your people that do the harvest and fan and separate the wheat and the chaff, to Babylon, who shall winnow her and empty her land. For in the day of gloom they shall be against her all around. And there's another one that says that we're completely surrounded, which is lots of prophecies on that. And to finish this up, we go to the Borei class submarine, and supposedly they have nuclear missiles that can fly underneath our HARP, and many visions of these things being all along our coasts, all the way around us, except for Canada, of course, to launch nukes on that day. And supposedly the third seal is like the stock market crash, which is the kites, the worthless checks, and that's when they're going to come collect, and probably when we're going to be destroyed. But look here, the Borei class, or known as Borei, and the north wind. And then if you click on this, you get you can do your own study, and it's a destroying wind, and they have all kind of different things and certain legends and whatnot. So this Malaysian flight was it's a blessing in disguise. All those people are taken care of. There's only one God, and this is just all signs and wonders. And wake up! There's the north wind or devouring one. It all matches up. So talk to you later.